We have earnings coming up here at the end of the month for Micron. We ended the day 115.60, down around 58 cents from the previous trading day session. You can see we have this nice harsh trend line right here drawn on our weekly chart. We're going to see if we're going to continue to respect that as we go forward and start out the next week. Now, where are we currently trading here technically? Well, we are above this 114.62 area. That was a nice resistance for us in the past. We did close above that for the week, so that is good. So depending on how far we gap up or gap down for next Monday, that is going to be our immediate support and or resistance. Now, anything above this, we're looking at that 123.87 mark. And then above there, we're looking at 131.29. Support wise, what are we looking at? Well, we're going to look at this lower trend line. That's going to kind of match up right around that 106, 107 area. And then anything below that, we're looking at the 102s, which should kind of set up shop for us as a nice support. Now, your 9-day EMA in here and your 200 are starting to kind of run away. Obviously, that's going to happen when you have two big green candles in here back to back on a weekly. RSI is going to rise as well. If we go into the daily chart, you can kind of see what happened in here for the past week, actually, I guess 2 weeks, where you basically kind of had a nice squeeze from this 9-day EMA and this 200 right here. So you had about 3 or 4 days where it couldn't really decide what it wanted to do. And then finally, just boom, just nice expansion in here. It confirmed a crossover of that 9-day EMA above that 200 SMA, which is signaling bullish for us. And then obviously you had that nice expansion of these moving averages away from one another. So right now it's getting a little top heavy in here. You can see your daily RSI is pretty overbought in here. So a little bit of a pullback in here, maybe a hold on this 9-day EMA at the 110s would be healthy for us. And then kind of consolidate right here for a little bit before we start working our way up again, or kind of come back down to this lower trend line for a nice bounce. So that's kind of what we're looking at overall for Micron. Again, we have earnings coming up at the end of the month, so we don't want to overrun ourselves, overexhaust ourselves too quick yet. We still have a couple more weeks in here that we can kind of consolidate before we have to worry about a nice earnings run in here. Now, your IV rank in here is still pretty high, 38, right around a $5 expected move by next week, the following Friday, which is going to contain that earnings cycle that's going to be trading in right around a $12 expected move is what everybody's pricing in right now. So your options are fairly expensive compared to themselves from where they've been in the past year here overall for Micron. So you have to keep that in mind. And it's the closer we get to earnings, and depending on how fast we're moving going into earnings, either way, that's also going to dictate the price of those options. So the premium in there could increase a little bit more, or it can contract just a little bit, not a whole lot, but it could actually contract depending on which way we're trading up and how fast we're going as we're working our way into those earning cycles. If you go all the way out to your July cycle, everybody's pricing in right around a $14 expected move overall in here. So we'll see what happens as we work our way forward in here. But again, what are we looking at for trying to save us here on the daily? It's going to be this 9-day EMA right around that 110. Below that, you're looking at this 16, 107 mark. And then below there, you're looking at 102. Resistance wise, what are we looking at in here? We're going to go to the weekly chart again, and you can kind of see that our resistance in here that we're looking at is going to be that 123.87 area. And then above that, it's going to be up here right around those low 130s. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us back on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you are interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.